Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. Cordero Patterson on the loose. He will score.
Chicago.
So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Jackson now to return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Packers take over first.
Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss, and despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over.
Well, here comes the Bears offense led out by their new man in charge here in 2020. Of course, a former Super Bowl MVP in Nick Foles.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And Robinson with a big catch. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. Foles on target to Robinson for the Chicago first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Foles. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 yards there, 1st down.
On the play.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Foles. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally, you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
At the 6-yard line.
Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because...
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears.
To number 12.
Allen Robinson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Good. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Packers nothing. Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Jackson now to return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
37-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he stopped immediately there.
On the carry.
The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
No gain on the
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Packers nothing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21.
Rodgers now on first down. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Rodgers.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Jones.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are back within a score.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. That time a 9-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score.
7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And now running right through him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. at their own 29.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Out of bounds.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Foles. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down,
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Foles.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Full start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And this one is incomplete. Oh, they're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. The second one not to be.
Right where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Darius Shepard on the return. The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at and the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Chicago.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for
has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
Here is 7.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Drops it to Jones in the flat. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half.
6-yard attempt.
From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will close the gap down to 14.
Bears 24, Packers 10.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Texans who were able to come away with the road victory. David Johnson, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 35-7 was your final in a one-sided affair. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. That'll be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. In the game you're watching, it's the former Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles, with a strong first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Jackson now to return. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
You know, we always talk about the chess match in a football game, but we're usually talking about offensive coordinator versus defensive coordinator. How about the special teams coaches? I think we just saw a big-time adjustment by one to help his team get a spark to start the second half.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 40. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll go again to Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
1st and 10.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
On the play. Recovered by...
Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A play fake to Montgomery, now Foles. And firing a deep ball for Kmet.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's Khalil Mack, the all-pro, in there to get him behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Montgomery on the handoff.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but It's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back now at Lambeau as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. This is a pretty significant moment, a pretty cool moment. He just went over 50,000 career passing yards, and we might as well go ahead and measure for the gold jacket.
Make sure you measure it right, too. Make sure it fits perfectly when he walks out there for that ceremony. 50,000 yards in the NFL. Wow. Longevity, talent, a little bit of luck along the way, and a whole lot of people helping him get it done.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
To Aaron Jones.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
At the Bears' 45-yard line.
Rodgers to throw once more.
Slant to Adams.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
This is Jones. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Green
Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and is much more successful as well.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Bilal Nichols breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
To second and goal at the Bears' 10-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late touchdown. That's complete right around the 8. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Rodgers pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Chicago.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Montgomery. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Following the penalty, Montgomery.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Foles on the give to Montgomery.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
Now Foles.
3rd down.
That's caught by Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Complete to
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears.
Complete to Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, 27 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.